Well, welcome to another Guns Contractors video. Finally, I'm able to start filming again. I've been in places I can't record, sadly, so apologies for the lack of videos more recently, but this is the start of my big summer works at a local school that I work at, and we've got a couple of, well, quite a few jobs actually to do over the next few weeks, so should be a good variety of things. Kicking off, the school term hasn't quite ended yet. I think it ends for these private schools in another sort of few days, but we are starting this week and we're going to be working on this pitch behind us. So the plan is to dig new drainage. There is some drainage in this pitch already, so we're going to interim drain it. We're going to put a new spine drain in down to the bottom and over right in the corner where the backhoe currently is in the 8026, which I've got here at the moment. We are going to put a new concrete ring soakaway in. So basically new drainage on top of the existing drainage that's put in about 30 years ago. That's the plan. We've got everything marked out down here. So you can see these red marks. This is where we're going to start. And we need to do little drop holes. So we've got a whiz wheel coming, which I'll show you in a bit, on the back of a tractor. It's easy to hire a man and a tractor with the right kit, and he'll whiz wheel about 900 metres of drainage up this field, all with the GPS, nice straight lines. And these are not quite at the right spacing, so it depends if we've got an existing drain. Like you can kind of see an existing drain line here. So obviously we're not going to put one here, but then we are putting one over here. So we're working with what's here. The whiz wheel will whiz out the gear right up the field. And then we're going to run a new spine, as I say, down here. I've got to avoid, I put water in, this is an irrigation line put in a couple of years ago, and I know here I've got another line you can kind of see in the grass of a power cable which runs all of these sheds and things. So tractor set up with the trailer, I've got the boards on the side of it so that we can run the whiz wheel straight into it, but for now we're going to use it as a dumper, get these trenches just started, then you can drop the whiz wheel in and off we go. So that's the plan. Fire the backhoe up, get digging. These starter holes for them. For some reason they don't like plunge cutting the whiz wheel. I don't think it's very clean when it does that. I think it's possible, but you know, it makes a bit of a mess doing it. So try and keep things as tidy as possible, because obviously it makes it easier for reinstatement. We always dig a couple of meters just to start them, and then yeah, off we go. And we're lucky with this field, it's already got an existing fall on it, so we don't have to worry about making the whiz wheel go to a set level. We can pretty much go with the ground. We're going to dig a consistent 450 depth here for these drains, and yeah, then we don't have to worry about levels so much. So that does make life easier. Just follow the ground at the 450 depth. And then I can do the same with the spine trench as well, which will run sort of from the right to the left as you see it on camera. So that yeah, does make life a little bit easier. Sometimes, of course, you'd have to run the drainage against the field, and therefore you'd need to be getting deeper as you go along. But that's not the case for what we're up to here. So I've got eight trenches to do. This is the last one that we need to dig out. And then the whiz wheel, they're just getting their lines set up now. So you get your AB line in, and then you know that every line you're putting in is kind of parallel or an offset to that. Because we're following an existing drainage line, we're trying to make them parallel to that rather than the actual field itself. So if you looked at it from a drone above, it'll look a little bit weird because the drain lines don't quite run with the goal mounts, but it's what was there before, and it was put in a long time ago. So we're having to make it kind of work to that, which yeah, works. It's the best way for the drains to work. You have even spacing of drains. The water doesn't have to travel too far before it finds a drain, and that should improve or give the maximum sort of productivity for the pitch drainage. So rather than looking neat, which would be lovely to do, it's more about making it work to what we've got. That's the key. So I'll get this one dug out, and then I'll show you what goes on with the Whiz Wheel, because it's a pretty cool bit of kit. And I have to say, with the time that they've turned up, it's a little bit later in the morning than we'd like. They've certainly got their work cut out to get the 900 metres in. So yeah, we'll be running tractor trailers soon, because that becomes the next thing to do, is to try and keep up with it as it throws its horizons off a conveyor belt into the trailer. But anyway, next stage of the job, I'll show you now. So you can see now where we've used these key trenches just to start us off and then run down the line. And this is how clean the Whiz Wheel works. You know, there's a little bit of damage to the grass, but it leaves an absolutely beautiful trench. You can really see, you know, down the line, it's nice. So that's ready to lay our pipe in. And the machine itself is basically just a big wheel with a load of teeth on. And you can lay pipe in the back as well, but to be honest, it's more efficient just to kick that in yourself, because by the time you've messed about putting one on the reel, you've stopped the machine, you're losing productivity. So personally, we find it easier just to lay it out and stick it in. Yeah, this is the old girl. It's a noisy old operation, but it is working some very hard ground. If you get yourself set up right, as you can see, you can literally throw your horizon straight into your trailer. That's why we put the bit of ply on the side of the trailer to sort of stop it blowing off the side. And yeah, it's very, very dusty at the moment, but yeah, absolutely way better finish than you'd ever get with a digger. And of course, a lot more meterage than you do with a digger as well. So we've got one more run to do. We've decided to do an extra run over here, so I just need to dig that key trench in a second. But yeah, all the other 8 runs are done and ready for pipes going. Then backfill times. This is our material here. Got our loam to go on top, like a sandy sort of loam to go on top. 10mm shingle to go round the pipe for drainage. And I am just digging the hole over here with this week's toy, the Cat 444, which is nearly down, very close down to depth now. We literally just got the last little bit to do. So yeah, we've got a 3 metre deep hole over here that's going to have some soakaway rings in it shortly. So yeah, a bit more to do. So we're starting to get the drainage in now. I'm just digging the spine trench, which we've had a go at, you can see sort of in front of my bucket with the Whiz Wheel, but it's, yeah, you just can't, we need a slightly wider trench because we've got a sort of a bigger bit of pipe to go in, so the 100mm slot that the Whiz Wheel set up for won't quite do that. And yes, you can change the teeth on it and all of that, but not worth it. So I'm just digging this a little bit wider, and then I've got to connect it into the soakaway, which is just over to my left here. So I've got a couple of things to cross here. I've got an irrigation here and another electric cable. So I've got to cross that yet once we get to the corner, which is just under my boot. But you can see the pipe runs are shingled up now. We did that with the bit of kit over there. The Sheldon, that all basically it's like a hopper feeder, and it puts it all nicely in the trench. Quite a clever bit of kit. I'll show that working in a minute. He's done the shingle, and they're now just working on the top dressing. So yeah, all to go. Ground staff are out there just cleaning up little bits of you know, stuff that falls out and tidying up as such. And we should have drainage in and backfilled. So this is day 3 of this job. Shouldn't be too far off if they're not having too much trouble with the hopper feeder over there, which looks like they might be. Anyway, we'll sort that. Yeah, that's the plan. Try and get it in, and then get it seeded and get it growing by Friday, because that's the key to all of this. It looks like it's going to get hot again next week, and we will need to be irrigating this hard. So well, I won't, my responsibility here will be done by then, but you know what I mean, the team will. So this is the hopper feeder, which we're not using quite as it should because the soil seems to keep bunging up in the hopper. But you can see it backfills the trench quite nicely, and is a lot quicker than using like an excavator and trailer like we used to. And when it's on shingle, you can see it gives a lovely consistent finish, because you sort of run like this sort of shoe thing that sort of fits in the trench here. And yeah, it's a beautiful bit of kit. So yeah, we're just having to like drive it about, bounce it around a bit to get the soil to sort of fall down into the hopper. But either way, you run a tyre then over this, and then I can back drag it with the bucket on the front of the backhoe, and that will yeah, that'll compact it pretty well. There might be a little bit of top dressing to do once that's finished, because it compacts a little bit, but yeah, certainly nothing terrible. And then we can get on to potentially seeding it, and yeah, this is one of the last runs. We've got a little bit more shingle to do. Pipe is now in on the sort of the main spine drain, and we've connected it up to the soakaway over in the corner. So yeah, things are going well. Day 3, not too bad. Yeah, here's our pipe in now. We're just repairing. There's a couple of areas where we've come across the existing drainage, which we knew was in here, but sort of for speed and ease really, it's easier to break through and then repair than it is to try and work around them. So yeah, just fixing those. And here you go, this is the finished result. It's been top dressed and seeded, and now the sprinklers are hard at it. It's going to be hard work to keep water on this to get it to go back green again before the school returns in well, I think it's 7 weeks time. So yeah, they've got a bit of time, but it's we could do with a little bit of rain, to be honest. In a way, we want rain, and I'm sure a lot of the farmers at the moment starting their harvests probably don't want rain, so it's a never-ending circle of wanting it, not wanting it. But yeah, luckily we've got good irrigation main that we ran up here a few years ago, so run these little rain trains off that. Yeah, a couple of weeks, hopefully start getting some green through, and we've just got to keep it yeah, keep it well irrigated, and it'll look lovely back for the school term. So there you go, irrigate it, drain it, constant battle. Yeah, that's The joys of trying to keep a sports pitch. Anyway, that's been this job. That's all wrapped up now. Another sort of successful project. You can see my soakaways over here. I've got a little bit of tidying up to do around that. Just put some soil on it. We built the manhole the other day. So yeah, just needs the lid now. Sticking on. Backfill with some soil, seed it up, and we'll let the rain grow that seed in because it's off the playable area, you see. So yeah, that'll tidy that up. But that's it. That's been another job successfully completed. Thanks for watching.